Okay, from a player's perspective, after a last weekend with Miami, how much of it was a confidence boost for the locker room to perform that well over 120 minutes?
It felt really good. The leading up to those games, we've been playing some pretty good hockey. I think we've come a little short on the short end of the stick, though. We've had a lot of one-goal games, but just building that confidence, especially heading into St. Cloud, who's been playing some really good teams, and they've been playing some really good hockey. So I think after that last weekend, I think we should be able to keep the ball rolling, especially after a good week of practice.
You had a couple of shorthanded goals. You're lighting up the scoring with those. Walk us through, how does you make that opportunity happen?
I think just good plays from everyone else around me too, and I think just being in the right spot at the right time. I was lucky enough to get my feet moving on that second one especially, and then Stang making a great pass and him moving his feet as well on the Friday night there. So I think just being in the right spots and having a little bit of luck too. I think personally I've been playing some pretty good hockey, so it's nice to kind of feel like this nice little weight off my shoulders. So it's been, hopefully we can keep this going as a group and individually as well.
Cam, what was your Thanksgiving weekend like, and what was it like to just have a little bit of time off?
It was really nice. I think we got some banged up bodies right now, so I think that, and even just that mental reset as well for the guys helps a lot. I spent the day with my girlfriend in her parents' house, so it's nice that she's from here, so I was able to spend the day with the family. I know a lot of guys got to go home who live close to here. Unfortunately, I can't do that, but I like I like experiencing American Thanksgiving because it is completely different than Canadian Thanksgiving.
You've got 2 goals, 2 assists this season. You really elevated your game. What was the catalyst for that? Where did that start? Was it something that happened with Lou in the summer and going forward? How would you describe that evolution for you?
I think mainly just internally. I've been trying the last couple of years, hard getting the lineup a little bit, but I think I kind of took it upon myself, but also confidence given from the coaching staff as well. They trust me, they believe in me, they want me to put the work in, they want me to succeed. So I think having them, really push me every single day to get better and better and keep driving myself every day, and even the guys in the room too. Everyone's rooting for each other, everyone wants each other to succeed. So I think just overall, just deep down, just kind of took it upon myself really to get things going. But also, like I said, there's a lot of outside factors that were motivating me and wanting me to keep going as well.
I would say hockey players have a lot of superstitions, and this isn't necessarily one, but you changed your number this year. What was the thinking behind that?
I think just first 2 years has been a little bit of lots of ups and downs for me. I think I just kind of wanted a full reset, and I think that's it feels pretty good so far. I think I've had a good start to the year. And I'm hoping I can just keep contributing that. But I know my mom was a little upset that I changed my number. But for me, I think I just needed like I said, that fresh mental reset and just kind of start from zero and just build my way back up.
What do you know about St. Cloud State? And just talk about the challenge this weekend.
They're going to be a good team, especially on that Olympic ice. They're pretty familiar with it. I know for myself, I haven't been able to get up there yet, so I'm excited to get on that open sheet. And they're good. They're a good team at home, especially, like I said, they've been playing some top-tier teams like Michigan and Boston College, and they've been playing very well. So I think just coming in with starting right on time. We played a good 120 minutes last weekend, and I think we just need to keep building from there, and we'll be pretty good.
St. Cloud's been pretty defensively sound between the goaltending and shot blocking. What are you guys doing as forwards to help counteract that and maybe get some pressure on their goalie?
I think spreading out the ice, like I said, it's a big ice rink, so hopefully we can get pucks behind their net and kind of keep the puck circling around the outside, hopefully get them to collapse a little bit and kind of attack through there. I think like you said, they've been playing very well as of late, especially defensively. So I think we just got to chip away and get a lot of traffic in front of their goalie, and I think we'll be pretty good.
How come your mom was upset you changed your number?
I've never worn another number besides 16, and every jersey she has 16 on it, so she was a little upset about that. But I think she's slowly getting over it now.
Start a new collection.
A little slowly, yes, slowly.
Anything else for Cam? Or thanks, Cam.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Cam. Good job, bud.
Good luck this weekend.
Good one. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Any questions for Coach?
I'll just talk about coming off the off weekend, Coach, and heading into this St. Cloud weekend.
Yeah, good bye weekend. Guys got a little bit of time off. We had to give a kind of a mandatory with NCAA rules 3 days off in a row there to get some days back. So it was a really nice break for the guys. We went really hard Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then they had a few days off in a row there, which is, I think, always not a bad thing at certain times. You don't want too much time off, but a little bit of time to reset and let some injuries heal up. And then really good week of practice. I thought the guys were really intense today and practiced at a high tempo and good enthusiasm, good focus. So, just looking to continue to build here and get ready for a good St. Cloud team.
Are you doing anything different to prepare for the big ice surface? I know in the past, practicing on the big ice, are you guys doing that this year? Or?
We're going to head up there tomorrow, so we'll get a couple of skates up there. We'll practice there Thursday, and then it's pregame skate on Friday. So that'll be nice just to get a little bit used to the size, and then just talking about a lot of video. You can work on a couple of concepts, even though we're not on the big ice. We can work on some of those concepts that we know we're going to see from them, and both to help us offensively this weekend.
Have you looked at the standings at all, Coach? Because even with all the injuries, the Mavs aren't in a bad spot right now, kind of in that middle spot. So good time to try to make a move upward, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we try to keep our focus pretty narrow, and like you said, there's been some injuries and some ups and downs. But again, if we just keep getting better, and I think even when we were struggling there, prior to winning through the last four or whatever, I think we kind of didn't feel like a team that was necessarily there. You can hear it from Cam Mitchell, right? He just, doing some good things, just coming up a little bit short. We're just really trying to find those areas to keep improving that 1 or 2% and keep finding ways to get better there. So, but really happy, just reflecting on the Miami weekend, to see guys get rewarded, right? I mean, I can't remember if I told you guys or not, but I thought Cam Mitchell played some of his best hockey against ASU and made a couple nice plays, and then boom, first two college goals here last weekend. Just nice to see that build and guys to get rewarded. As much as you talk about process and narrowing your focus, it is nice to see these guys feel some results, and so I was really happy for those guys to get some good mojo going.
You've talked in the past about how the roster, the line chart keeps you up at night somehow. How does that process work when you're looking at putting together the lineup for the weekend? Are you looking at obviously healthy versus unhealthy, but guys that are having kind of momentum, matchups with a specific team? What kind of goes into that process?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. I think ultimately the players probably determine the lineup by how they play and how they practice. And I think it's been interesting when you reflect back on the season where maybe you have a guy in your mind, it hasn't kind of came to fruition, both positively or negatively. And I think that's a testimony to guys that are putting the work in. You might have a guy maybe a little bit lower coming in, and next thing you know, he's played every game, or vice versa. You have a guy at the start of the year that's maybe a little bit lower, and you watch 1 practice, 2 practice, 3 practice, 4 practices, and he's got to get in the lineup. So it is really a testimony. I think, like I've commented before, I think we have a lot of guys kind of very similar, and so there is spots for grabs and ice time for grabs as well. So ultimately, the head coach has got to make a decision, and that's not in their control. And that's what I tell them. It's not in your control, right? So what can you focus on is getting better, taking personal responsibility for yourself. And but in the same breath, I think their play inputs, whether they're playing or not. We want to win hockey games, right? I want to win hockey games. Everybody wants to win. So we're trying to put the best lineup possible out there on the ice. And then to your other question about just the matchups, you're trying to maybe find a really good skater with a playmaker with a shooter, right? Or maybe somebody that can go retrieve pucks on the forecheck for someone that likes to find the slot area to shoot on the net. So you try to find that right balance of chemistry and different skill sets to make the best combination possible for success on the ice. So a little bit of everything, never easy decisions, but that's part of the game, part of being at this high level of hockey.
You mentioned the last couple of weeks and how the players have had really good weeks of practice and preparing well leading into weekends. You won 3 of the last 4 and come a goalpost away from sneaking a point at ASU on Saturday. Do you get the sense that the locker room's kind of lightening their grip on the sticks a little bit and playing a little bit more freely?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I think just, seeing guys get a couple of those points, the puck going to the net, I think just you're a little bit looser when that happens. And then we try to recreate that in practice too, putting them in high pressure situations in practice to execute those little plays, because you really got to connect 2, 3, 4 passes sometimes in a row to score goals at this level, and you got to do it under pressure. And so it's really trying to just keep recreating it in practice so they get comfortable in those high pressure situations so they can execute when it's called upon to do it in a game. So, but yeah, great to see the guys' confidence building, and you can see just that confidence a little bit, and we got to continue that those good vibes.
Building on Mike's question about Cam's Thanksgiving, how was your Thanksgiving? Is it nice to get a little bit of a break here before you go into the last part of this year?
Yeah, it was great. My son didn't have hockey, and I honestly haven't seen my family a ton, so it was really special for me just to kind of have some time. I got a couple of days at home with the crew, and couldn't have asked for a better Thanksgiving, that's for sure.
Will Craig gets in on Saturday night, and obviously the players were so happy for him. What went through your mind, number one, to get to that point to make the decision, and number two, when you see the guys react to that situation?
Yeah, it's special. I mean, if you look at Will Craig's work schedule during the week, it's high and it's a lot of volume, and you're out there before practice, you're out there after practice. Sometimes you got to stay out for both skill sessions. You're out there for power play 5-on-0. Not a lot of fun situations as a goaltender, and he does it. He does it every day. And then not only that, then he does the double ice sessions. Then he goes and works out at the end of it. So, just a guy that does nothing but give to the team, to the program. It's really special to be able to give back to that player. And it wasn't like he went in there for 3 minutes, right? He was in there for I think 10 or 11 minutes, got a couple nice saves, a couple skirmish in front of him, and what an exciting opportunity for him. And and he's a good goaltender, and so it was just great for me and our staff to be able to reward him with what he gives us so much of. So that was pretty special.
Speaking of that skirmish, any repercussions for that going forward? I didn't see anything, but
Yeah, I think the refs did a good job of it. I think it's just 10-minute misconducts. I think that just kind of just has the guys leave the ice and they don't get to come back, but nothing of repercussions for the following game. So I thought that was a good way just to kind of settle things down, but without having any long-term effects on the players for a little bit of a tussle.
What have you seen from the Huskies on film?
Yeah, like Mitchell said, just a good team. They play with a lot of speed and pace. They're built for that Olympic-size rink, and obviously they're 9th in the country for a reason there. So, typical St. Cloud team. I really like the way Lars runs the program up there. I think he does an excellent job, and they're always competitive and strong. So, we'll definitely have to have our A game prepared for Friday and Saturday night.
any update on injuries? Anybody coming back?
Yeah, Erds is getting close. He's getting close there, coming back. Obviously, T's out. Kachiro's out. Waddy's getting closer there too with his foot. So a few more guys available this weekend than we have in the past, which is a nice option for us. But tougher on the lineup decisions now. So we'll see.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep, you bet. Thanks guys. Okay, see you guys later. Thank you.
Yep.